Good morning, everyone. This is Gail Dudley with your news in motion. Today is Monday, March the 29th, 2021, and this is what we call the Weekend Recap Plus. So good morning to all of you. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you are ready for this week that we call Holy Week this week. Good morning, Regina Short. How are you this morning? Good morning, Jacqueline. How are you this morning? Good morning to all of you. Good morning to everyone who's listening in by audio. Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning, Lori. Good morning. Good morning, Lee. Good morning. Y'all are seriously up, shiny, ready to go. Good morning, Pastor Antoinette. Good morning to you. Good morning, Pastor Alex. Good morning to you. Good morning, Yvonne. Good morning. Good morning, Kim Edmondson. Good morning to you, sister. Good morning, Donita. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Latrice Jones. Good morning to you. Good morning. You said, okay, gorgeous one. Okay. Good morning, Gracie. How are you this morning? Good morning to everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, this is Holy Week. And this is a week of reflection, week of studying, a week of sanctification. Good morning, Deborah Johnson. Good morning, Brenda Random, and good morning. This is a week to just reflect and release and revive. Good morning, Patricia Lyles. Good morning, Karen. Good morning to everyone. Wow, y'all. Good morning, Deborah Sneed. Good morning. Good morning, Cassandra Tauber. So World Wars, I heard, was amazing. Good morning, Nawanda. Good morning, Mary Jenkins. Wow, y'all. Good morning to all of you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Again, y'all, this is Holy Week. We are only here 3 days. We are here today. We are here Tuesday, and we are here Wednesday. Good morning, Kenya Noel. That's right. Thanking the Lord. That's what I'm talking about, sister. Yes, yes, and amen. So just a reminder of that. So if you want to jump on here on Thursday and Friday, trust me, I'm not going to be here. But look, we took off Monday, Thursday. Again, look that up if you don't know what that is. Good morning, Adrian. And we took off Good Friday. And we did that just to be in a time of reflection. We had thought about Wednesday, and we said, nope, we won't do that. We'll go to Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you'll see us this week, and not Thursday or Friday. Now, if something amazing jumps off, I got a cell phone. I can always jump on and do a live. But I just wanted to remind everyone of that. We will not be here Thursday or Friday of this week. So with that said, and it seems like all of y'all are doing so well today, we have some news we want to recap from the weekend. We have some news. We have a lot of news, and we probably won't get through all of it. So I'm going to highlight the most important, what I believe is the most important. Good morning, Kenny Stanley. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, Judy. Good morning to all of you. Good morning. All right, y'all, so let's get started. Good morning, Kim Kills. I'm glad that arm didn't hurt when you got that shot the other day. Good morning, Diane Ladybug. Good morning. I love it. And I always try to get everyone in here when I see you pop in. And if I miss you, my apologies. Because when I get into the notes, I usually start missing people. Good morning, Marion Jackson, and good morning, Laverne. So let me get started. How's that? Let me get started. All right, y'all. HR1. I want to slow walk us through HR1. This is why it's my headline for today. HR1 stands for House Representative Bill. So HR stands for House Representative Bill. Well, thank you, y'all. So that's what HR stands for. We talked about SB, we talked about HB. SB is Senate bill, and HB is House bill. But then there are certain bills, such as HR, which is the House of Representatives. They put a bill out there. So it's called HR1. And HR1 is dealing with voting rights. So it passed in the House of Representatives. It passed. Now it's gone to the Senate. Good morning, Elizabeth. Now it's gone to the Senate. And this is where the Senate is acting real crazy. They're back to talking about the filibuster. They're back to talking about if they have enough votes. And then we have Manchin of Virginia, Senator Manchin of Virginia. Good morning, John Gore. We have Senator Manchin of Virginia. He's a Democrat. He's very moderate, and you never know which way he's going to go. And since he's getting a lot of press right now, he's playing it to his liking. So now people are putting pressure on Senator mansion, trying to get him sit down somewhere, dude. Just sit down. So one of the things that have come out is with the filibuster, people are saying, okay, we're going to make sure with the filibuster you don't get anything to drink and you don't get anything to eat. And they're taking that from this horrific Georgia bill that was passed and signed by Governor Brian Kemp last week. We all know about that. So there's a lot that's popping off with that. Delta Airlines, I put a thing on my wall. Good morning, Nicole Burton. Delta Airlines, people are starting to boycott Delta because Delta on their corporate site, and I put the corporate site up there on my wall, my regular Facebook wall, but it's on a public, I made it public. Delta endorses that Georgia bill. Say what? So that is happening. So they were telling their employees that, we think this is a good bill. This is going to make sure our employees and people. So they lost a lot of money over the weekend because they're through March the 31st, I believe, you can still cancel your flight reservations without any penalty and get a full refund. So people started canceling their flight reservations over the weekend, getting their money back from Delta Airlines. I'm like, y'all just messed up. People are putting pressure on Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola, they can bring out smart water. Yeah, they make smart water. They can bring out smart water, so people want to boycott them. They're talking about boycotting the Masters. They're trying to get the Major League Baseball to move their All-Star game out of Georgia. These people, people aren't playing. And then we know Stacey Abrams, her organization Fair Fight, filed a suit against Georgia's government. So that is what is happening. That is what is happening. So let me just tell you about H.R. 1. Let me tell you about this. This is the voting rights bill. Now, if passed, the bill would make a huge expansion of voting rights and a major overhaul of campaign finance and redistricting laws, which we really want that to happen. Now, Republicans want to stop it in the Senate. That's their goal. And they are spinning it by saying that the mission that they want to do is to restore confidence of the public in our election system. Honey, it's not broken. It's not broken. Y'all taking the spin from the previous occupant. It's not broken. Even his people said that everything was well. That there were pretty much, I think it was what they say, 1% to 2% error. But other than that, And now, although we are talking about food and water in Georgia, I want y'all to hear this. Although we are talking about food and water, and I guess that'll be the time I'll really go to jail next year because I'm going to pass out food and water like I always have at every election when I see people standing in line. So I'm not going to change that. There's another important part of the bill that we need to be focused on, people, that we need to be talking about, that we need to be educating people on. So although there was the food and the water piece in that law, there's something more significant in this that we cannot miss. We must focus and bring attention to the section of the law that gives Georgia Republicans, because hear me out, if it's happening in Georgia, it will begin to trickle out to every other state. So we need to be on it now. What they signed into law, other people are already talking about it. Remember, there's over 250 bills that people have brought forth since the election in November. Now, y'all, this is what's in that bill. It gives the Georgia Republicans the right to overturn an election and take power away from the Secretary of State. Y'all know they mad at him. Y'all know they mad at the Secretary of State in Georgia. So they wrote a law that he can't certify. They can take the power away from the Secretary of State in Georgia. They can overturn any election. They can take away, there's something else here, they can take away the power from the local county elections, which means they cannot certify elections, that the people who signed these bills can. So y'all, we have to pay attention. So y'all, the food and water issue, when I look at this, this is just a distraction. They get us talking about food and water, they're passing these other things. So when y'all notice that there's something that's highlighted, you start digging. And what we did when we saw, I said, there's something with this water. We started, that was 800 pages. 800 pages. No, I didn't read every page, but you learn how to skim to look for things that are going to jump out. Or if you see things that are they are like the regular typesetting, and all of a sudden the typesetting changes or it gets lighter, that's where you pay attention. You pay attention to that. If something's bold, you read that heading, but then you look underneath to say, why is this bold in the middle of this sentence, in the middle of this paragraph? What's underneath? See, and that's done to distract you when you're reading. You're thinking, oh, this is good, so let me just read this piece. You need to keep reading, and sometimes reading 2 or 3 paragraphs down below that to see what they're really talking about. So that's what's happening. Yep, 800 pages, and no, I didn't read all 800 pages. That's why they have so many aides, because aides are reading different sections of these laws that are coming out. And then they have like what they call strategy meetings. And they talk about the strategy meetings. They talk about the different sections, like each aide gets a different section. So like when we use interns and with the team, we take different sections of things that are that make our heart sing, so that we can find out, okay, let's really look at this, because one person can't see it by themselves. You need a team of people, and we're always looking for people who want to help us with articles and things. So I want to put that out there, y'all. Now here's what's in the HR 1 bill that the House of Representatives passed. And I'm just giving y'all the headlines. It's a set of national voter registration and mail-in voting standards. That's the first thing that's in there. The second thing is a nonpartisan redistricting commission. They don't want this to be partisan. So they're saying this needs to be nonpartisan. We don't need people on party lines redistricting. It needs to be nonpartisan. Big changes in campaign finances law. Y'all, the campaign finance law is crazy. That's why, if y'all remember last year, I was giving y'all numbers. We were talking billions upon billions upon billions of dollars being spent in campaign financing. What? That's too much money. That's way too much money, especially when people are out of work and they don't have food and they may not have a place to live. So that was the kind of, so they want to bring that in. They want to bring in exposing people. So that gives us the power, the citizens, to make a decision. Do I want to shop here? Do I want to do this? Just like what we're talking about right now with Delta Airlines. Just like what we're talking about right now with Coca-Cola, Home Depot. There's other people that, we know where their money's going. Then we have a decision to make. And we always talk about here, follow the money, y'all. Follow the money. The other thing is new ethic rules for public servants. There needs to be some better rules. There needs to be some better rules. We don't need somebody like a Ted Cruz on the border with machine guns and all of these ships. What? How much money did the taxpayers pay for that we did not approve of? And why didn't anyone in the Senate or Congress shut that down? Yeah, Google it. It's out there. He did it. And then the final thing is a requirement that presidential candidates disclose their tax returns before even the first debate. So these are things, and it's a total 5 sections. 5 sections. We can get this done. Y'all, this is where the call to action, we give relevant commentary with the call to action. This call to action is stay on your local, state, and your federal representatives. Stay on them. Yeah, you're right, Donnie. It was all about a photo op. Stay on them. Stay on them. Stay on them. And it's so important that we stay on them and we hold them accountable, y'all. Y'all, this is almost like we are their supervisors and we're holding them accountable. Because if we're not holding them accountable, who's holding them accountable? So we have a responsibility also. All right, y'all, the trial begins today. The murder trial of the former Minneapolis police officer, he doesn't deserve a name here, begins today with both sides scheduled to present their opening statements. The jury is composed, I'm just saying again because I'm still shocked by this, of 9 women and 6 men. 2 are alternates and 1 male juror may be dismissed this morning. 9 self-identified as white, 4 as black, and 2 as multiracial. Now, y'all, I don't get it. Latrice Jones sent this in last night to the team from Law and Crime Reporting. Y'all, 2 teenage girls armed with stun guns had been charged with felony murder after the driver they attempted to carjack was thrown from his vehicle and killed. Y'all, the suspects, hold your breath, y'all, hold your breath. The suspects are 13 and 15 years old. They have not been named yet. Because they have not been charged yet as an adult. The victim, identified as 66-year-old Springfield, Virginia man, Muhammad Anwar, was behind the wheel of his car near National Park in the Navy Yard neighborhood of Washington, D.C. when the suspects attempted the carjacking on Tuesday afternoon. The suspects, allegedly used a stun gun, causing Muhammad to crash. Yeah. So I just wanted to sit that there for a moment. Yes, 13 and 15 years old. Yeah. They don't even have a license to drive. They don't even have a license to drive. So thank you, Latrice Jones, for sending that in. All right, y'all, the moment y'all all been waiting for. Let's talk about some basketball. Y'all, NCAA women's tournament. Number 1, UConn won 92 over number 5, Iowa 72. I wrote this up, so just listen. UConn, on an average, kept a 20-point spread. I was watching this game, and I noticed that UConn was keeping about a 20-point spread against Iowa. Now, Iowa fought hard, but it was clear right about the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, that UConn was going to be headed to the Elite Eight. That makes UConn their 15th Elite Eight appearance. They will play Baylor tonight for a spot in the Final Four. Hello, somebody. Number 2 Baylor won 78 over number 6 Michigan, 75 in overtime. They call that OT. What an it was an exciting overtime game. It was all the way in for this game. They played rough, they played fair, they were serious, they weren't getting tired, they were making some moves, they were stealing balls. When it went into overtime, people were on the edge of their seat waiting to see what was going to happen. Now, y'all, Indiana is headed to the Elite Eight as well for the first time after beating North Carolina. Number 3, Arizona wins against Texas A&M 74-59. So that just gives you a little bit of highlight of the women's NCAA basketball. Now we're looking at going to the Final Four, then we'll be going to the championship. In the men's tournament, I don't have that much to say. Gonzaga, Baylor, Michigan all advanced to the Elite Eight in the men's side. How about that, people? How about that? See, when I pay attention, I get it. All right, stocks and valuations. CNBC is reporting that co-working giant WeWork will go public via a special purpose acquisition company valuing company at $9 billion. Valuation is well below the 2019 SoftBank-led private financing at a $47 billion, that's with a B, valuation. Y'all, the online clothing consignment marketplace ThredUp shares close to 43% of its first day of trading after raising $168 million in initial public offering. Y'all, The Verge is reporting for the last 7 weeks, workers at the Amazon warehouse in Alabama has been voting by mail whether to unionize. Their ballots are due today, and counting will begin on Tuesday. If the union wins, the warehouse employees will become the first members of the Amazon U.S. workforce to unionize. Now, listen to this. Regardless of what you have read, Nike wants to make an announcement. Nike says that they do not endorse Lil Nas X shoes. They said they do not endorse them. And they want the world to know they do not endorse Lil Nas X's shoes. Y'all, vaccine passports, I told y'all they were coming. New York launches country's first vaccine passport. Digital certificate relies on blockchain technology. That's what's happening, y'all, when it comes to these vaccine passports. They're coming. And just think, y'all, they're coming for a reason. At some point, we're all going to have to open these up. Good morning, Damia. We're all going to have to open these up and show them to people. Now, y'all don't want to hear this, but I want y'all to pay attention. The new variant. What's wrong with his shoes? The shoes are called Satan shoes. Satan. They're called Satan shoes. And he has actually, and they verified this at Nike, he has actually human blood deposited in the bottom of each sole of the shoes. And he's only made 666 shoes. That's what's happening with his shoes. Yeah, that's what's happening. All right, y'all, the new variant. There's a new variant. You don't want to hear it, but it is. Brazil's 7-day average of deaths of COVID-19 has surpassed 2,500 with 3,650 deaths reported on Friday. That's more than a 350% increase from the country's daily death rate. They have the new variant that is headed our way. So on the rise again, y'all just keep playing with, I don't know why y'all keep playing with COVID. COVID didn't come to play. That's why we have to look at it. COVID did not come to play. Rona did not come to play. Y'all, on the rise again, more than 93 million people in the U.S. have received at least one vaccine dose, roughly 36% of the adult population. Now, new cases have begun to rise again because people are just thinking, I'm vaccinated. I can go about my day. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Yeah, we are now currently averaging around 60,000 per day. We're on the rise again. We're on the rise again. Come on, y'all. Confirmed cases, 30,962,803. Confirmed cases, 30,962,803. Remember, I go to the World Health Organization. Deaths, 562,526. Again, deaths, 562,526. Recovered. We celebrate this, 23,410,884. Excuse me again, 23,410,884. Now, grab your receipts. Hello, somebody. Grab your receipts. This came out on Friday. Face mask and other, I'm going to read this like I was an IRS representative. Face mask and other personal protective equipment to prevent the spread of COVID-19 are now tax deductible. Hello, somebody. Give us something back because these things aren't cheap. The purchase of personal protective equipment such as masks, hand sanitizers, sanitizing wipes for the primary purpose of preventing the spread of coronavirus are deductible medical expenses. If y'all can see my laundry room with them Clorox wipes, the Lysol spray, the hand sanitizer, the other wipes that are in my car, mask upon mask upon mask. I'm about to write it all out. Yep. Y'all can go, we're going to put the link of the IRS in there so that you can see it. The amounts paid for personal protective equipment are eligible to be paid or reimbursed under health flexible spending arrangements, as health FSAs, the medical savings account, the health reimbursement arrangements, or the health savings account. Hello, somebody. Give me my money back. Give me my money back. So that's happening. All right, y'all. Now get this. A joint WHO, that's the World Health Organization, and China study on the origin of COVID-19, they're still trying to figure out where it's coming from, says that the transmission of the virus from bats to humans through other animal is the most likely scenario, and that the lab leak is extremely unlikely, according to a draft obtained by the Associated Press. Y'all want my translation? They don't know where it came from. They don't know. All right, y'all, for the win. Run me my money. Yeah, give me my money back. For the win. I don't see her on here today, but Hester Jackson. Hester, for the win. Hester, y'all, works for the government in accounting. Not only is that, she is in a serious leadership role. She lives in North Carolina. She is a regular contributing member right here at the News and Emotion family, and she is doing some amazing work. She is in a lot of the club rooms, dealing with black female leadership. She's doing great. Y'all, she has, we were talking the other day, pray for her mom, pray for her family. But we were talking the other day, when she came here actually from Pastor Antoinette, who's in Maryland, we were talking the other day, praying for her mom. And she was just like, she says, man, I didn't mean to dump on you. I said, hey, that's what we're here for. Dump away. Do whatever you want to. I'm listening. I'm praying, whatever we could do. So I responded back. I said, what do you do? So she was telling me what she does. And I was like, oh my gosh, you get the win. She's been caring for her mom. She's been holding down things. You said disregard your jokes. You're funny, Damia. She was just telling me just things that she was doing. And then she said this, y'all. So we're going to have to take a trip soon. She goes, yeah, I think I'm going to go to my beach house for the week. You're what? You got a what? You got a beach? What did you say? Rewind. Say that again. What did you say? And I didn't act that crazy because we were praying for her mom and her sister and everything. But seriously, I was like, you got a what? We're going to have to come to the beach house. Y'all. We're going to have a party on the beach. Can you imagine a News in Motion on location, party on the beach at Hester's Beach House? Hello, somebody. But y'all, her heart, and speaking with her heart is just amazing. Her vision, the things she would like to do, the things that she has dreamed of, the things, Deborah, road trip, just how she's a caregiver, how she's a friend, how she's trying to help people move forward. Now, y'all, she's in the accounting department for the government. Yes, she is. But just the fact that she has that background knowledge of numbers and she has that background knowledge of things that can help lift people up. The conversation, although it was based around her mom and prayer, there was so much more in there. And I was like, wow, how that's just amazing. John said he's down. It's like, that's just amazing how she's able to balance and how she says, well, my mom is, and she gave her age, and she says, and I'm a believer, and this is what I think, and my sister's here to help, and just her whole demeanor. I would have been a basket case. I've been calling her, can you pray for me? But it was just so beautiful. And it just drove me to say, what do you do? And when she started telling me what she does day to day and the load that she carries and how she balances all of that, I'm like, this is a beautiful soul. And I'm like, you get the win because you've been doing this in quiet, and you've been doing this knowing that I'm a daughter and I have, these are things that I must do, not without complaining, without sharing the weight or anything. I'm just like, wow. Some of us would have been at a breaking point just listening to half of what she's been carrying. And I'm like, you get the win. And I didn't tell her. I don't see her on here this morning. But Pastor Antoinette, when you talk to her, let her know she gets the win today. She gets the win today. All right, y'all, the inspirational message, and we're out. The inspirational message, and we're out. Remember again, y'all, we're only here today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. We are not here Monday, Thursday. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Or Good Friday. And we want all of you to have a wonderful, wonderful Easter Resurrection Sunday. And if you go to a building, please wear your mask, y'all. Wear your mask, y'all. Y'all see the numbers are going up. So here's my inspirational message. I woke up with this on my mind this morning. You recommended me and my books for a podcast. Okay. Thank you, Mary Jenkins. Yeah, it's called, this is the scripture. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. I woke up and I said, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad. Y'all, again, it's Holy Week. When I was saying that scripture this morning, yes, I will, Demia, I will. Thank you. I think, don't y'all leave yet. When I woke up and I had that scripture came to me, I started thinking about, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad. No matter what may be going on in any of our lives, we have to be intentional and make the decision to rejoice and be glad. This is the day the Lord has made. You can even phrase that to say, this is the day the Lord has made. Today I'm going to receive. I'm going to receive God's love. I'm going to receive God's gift. I'm going to receive God's abundance. I'm going to receive whatever the Lord says I'm going to receive. I'm going to position myself to receive. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad. I'm going to be glad. I'm going to rejoice even in the darkest hour. I'm going to be glad. I'm going to rejoice no matter what's going on. I'm going to be glad. I'm going to rejoice even if there's arguments in the house. I choose to rejoice. I choose to be glad. Even if there's sickness in my family, I choose to rejoice. I choose to be glad. Even if my bank account doesn't look like what I want it to be, I choose to rejoice. I choose to be glad. I choose to be intentional, for this is the day, today, right now. This is the day I was able to wake up. I'm going to rejoice and be glad. This is the day the Lord has made. The Lord has made this day for me. The Lord has made this day for you. Our responsibility is to rejoice and to be glad, because he created this day just for us. This is the day the Lord has made. He's made this day. We got up. We got up. Whether we make it to the end of the day or not, we got up. He allowed us an opportunity to rise. We got up. This is the day that the Lord has made. When I'm thinking about Holy Week, I'm thinking about the fact that he made this. He made me. He chose me. He gave me this day. What can I am wrong to walk around feeling as if I'm defeated, feeling as if I'm insignificant, feeling as if I don't have anything to rejoice about. He made me. He gave me this day. He gave you this day. We have a responsibility to rejoice and to be glad. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. Even if you've already faced something difficult this morning, and I know it's only, 8 o'clock, almost 8 o'clock, but even if you have faced something crazy already this morning, you have to say, okay, but God made this day. This is the day the Lord has made. I choose to rejoice even in this difficulty, even in this conflict, even in this moment of despair. This is the day the Lord has made. He made this day. I have a responsibility to take it by force and use it to his glory, because I represent him. I represent Jesus, because I represent him, and I'm telling people that he sits on a hill. I'm telling people that he is healer, that he is faithful, that he is savior. I'm telling people that he hears me, that he talks with me, he walks with me. I'm telling people this. So if they're looking at me to see how I'm handling my day, and this is the day the Lord has made, I need to be thinking about what I am putting off to other people. I can mope. Yep. I can have a time of grieving. Yeah, we all grieve. We all have sad days. We all have days that are difficult. But we have to bring that right back around and say, this day, today, right now, this moment, this is the day the Lord has made. I choose. I'm being intentional. I will rejoice and be glad. I want y'all to tuck that in your spirit throughout this day. Every time you're walking throughout the day, even if you have to do it every hour, say, today, this is the day the Lord has made. I choose. I'm being intentional. I'm being purposeful in my rejoicing and being glad. Y'all, on tomorrow, I need y'all to tune in. Y'all know our girl Damia's going to be on here. Damia and I have been talking. She has something great coming up with Lifeline Ohio. I don't want y'all to miss it. It is on the News in Motion page. Please register. It is so important for you to register. You will not regret it. You will not be disappointed. Y'all, we're going to lift up our sister. She's doing some amazing, major things, y'all. Y'all, don't sleep on Damia. Don't sleep on Damia. She knows how to connect with some serious celebrities. Yes, she does. And she doesn't do it in a way that's being all boastful. She does it in such a humble manner, but at the same time she moves with such power and with God's anointing. You don't want to miss tomorrow on News in Motion. You want to tune in because we have something to say. We have something to talk about. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it, y'all. You don't want to miss it. I'm telling y'all, you don't want to miss it. All right, y'all know what I say, y'all. Everybody stay well. And remember, make some moves. Have a great day. This is the day the Lord has made. We choose to rejoice and be glad.